welcome back to some more Total War Warhammer 2 multiplayer. It has been a little while, but I'm getting back into it, and the first match we're going to cover here is me playing as the Dark Elves, and we are facing off against the Tomb Kings. So for my army up in the air, we have Malekith with the AoE single target damage spell that kind of gives him life back, the Soul Stealer, and Chillwind, and all of his other little good deeds is what I'm going to say. Our front line is going to be made up of 2 Bleak Swords and 3 Black Arc Corsairs, which have the bonus versus infantry, and I think they should do pretty good against a Tomb King frontline infantry at the very least. Probably not Ushapti or anything, but at least good against, you know, skeleton warriors. Behind those, we do have one of the Black Guard of Nagaron to try and help us with the constructs of the Tomb Kings, which is the thing that I am afraid of. And then behind those, we also have 2 Cold One Knights, which are anti-large, armor-piercing, right there. Right now, I'm sticking them off over here into the woods so that they cannot be fired upon by the Ushapti great bows that the enemy has, nor can they be fired on by their artillery. So that is the main part of my army. Oh, sorry. And I also have an artillery piece, the Reaper Bolt Thrower I brought as well. Then back here in a Vanguard deploy, being sneaky, we have 3 Dark Riders repeating crossbows. And the idea about this is that I deployed up here in this narrow pass to try and force the enemy's infantry forward, leaving their great bows, which they do actually have 2 great... Actually, I probably should cover their army, but anyway, is to pull all the front line forward and keep all their like squishy backline stuff back here, and then we spring the trap, come up here, and go pew 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 pew, and that's the plan. That's why I put them up there. So for the Tomb Kings, we have a front line of 3 Ushapti melee warriors. We have 4 in total skeletal spearmen. They're there, here, and here. And then we also have 3 Nehekara warriors, which have decent weapon strength, but overall I'm not super impressed with them. But they also got the renowned unit, the Kepler Guard, which brings some magic damage to the Tomb King arsenal. And they're actually not bad. The Kepler Guard is definitely not bad. And then we also have 2 Ushapti great bows, including the Chosen of the Gods. This is the great bow unit that when they actually fire like little shrapnel shots. So they're really good at killing armored elite units, and you're probably going to see these in like every single Tomb King army. Like the great bows are just really good at sniping anything and everything. So like you're probably always going to see those. And then they are being led by the Grand Hierophant Katep, who has taken the Casket of Souls as his mount for today, which is their long-range anti-armor siege piece. It is a little like inaccurate, as is their catapult. Their artillery is not that amazing, even though you see like, holy crap, look at that weapon damage. Yeah, but it's not that accurate, because it shoots off, I think, like 5 different shots, and they all kind of spread out in a wide arc, and it's not that amazing. But anyway, I believe that they brought almost all the spells for the Tomb King lore over here. And so that is their army. Oh, I'm sorry. They also have a Tomb Scorpion, which is an anti-infantry armor-piercing unit over here, hiding in the forest. We will see that pop out later. And that is their forces. Let's get this started. So we're going to wait a little bit longer, waiting for their great bows again to be kind of left behind around here and let their infantry go forward. I'm trying to get the infantry to come forward because of our Reaper Bolt Thrower. I'm going to start firing at their, I believe they're Ushapti, in hopes that they will start charging us because they are being shot at by artillery. And I'm going to be hiding our Black Guards because we're going to be needing those to fight their construct units. So I'm going to try and put them in the forest and hide them from their artillery and their great bows. And you can see I already did the same thing with the Cold Ones. They're back here in the woods. Malekith, I'm going to be flying down here because the great bows are really good at sniping lords. But if you look at this angle, they're not really going to get great shots off on Malekith as long as we approach their army from down here, and then we can pop up over here. We can also even cast spells from sitting down here, which is basically in full cover from the great bows. Because again, the great bows are really good at sniping your lords and anything and everything. They are very good and very annoying. So I'm just spreading out my line here. Again, the 2 Bleak Swords, 3 Black Arc Corsairs, who I'm guessing again are supposed to do pretty good against their front lines, because the other opponents versus infantry. And now we are firing the solid shots into their Ushapti. You can see that they are returning fire with the Grand Hierophants. But they're right now targeting my artillery. There goes a chill wind on basically their entire center of the front line from Malekith over here. And it's not really an anti-artillery piece, but they're trying to use it as that, so that's not really good for them. And here we go, we're going to be flying at Malekith, and this is where we're going to be springing out the Dark Riders to try and come up behind them and snipe everything back here. Because their front line is already in a full march to our front line, and I'm just going to kind of wait here for a little bit, bring up our Cold Ones, and then we're going to be pulling out our Black Guards here very soon. And that's when I'm going to see the Tomb Scorpion popping out, which I had no idea at the time of at this match that they were here. Here comes the great bows firing into Malekith. You can see they're already doing a lot of good damage. I'm going to have to charge into them. I cannot take this damage. I figured I would charge this one because they have the solid shot. Also, we're doing the soul... What is this thing called? Soul Stealer. We're doing Soul Stealer, trying to get some health back on Malekith and doing a lot of good damage to the Ushabti here. As our Dark Riders are coming up behind, and they're going to start firing at the Grand Hierophant Kotep. The main line here is going to be moving up here soon. I'm right now obviously concerned with taking out their great bows, but we have almost taken this one out entirely already because Malekith on the dragon is very expensive, but one of the best combat units in the game. They're just really good. He's really good on the dragon. And then our Dark Riders now in range. We're going to do a chill wind over there, do a lot of good damage to the Skeletal Spearman, and start raining death upon the Grand Hierophant. I'm not entirely sure at this point if they even saw my Dark Riders, but now they probably know my Dark Riders are back there. Meanwhile, in the front line, we have the Ushabti leading the charge. The Nehekar Warriors going to be coming up behind them. I'm going to be getting our Blackguards. I think they're over here. Yeah, they're over here dealing with the Ushabti, and I already charged in my 2 cold ones to try and assist the front line against the Ushabti as well. Meanwhile, back here, we still have our Reaper Bolt Thrower that is just free to do whatever it wants, and it's firing into the Ushabti. And then when the Tomb Scorpion comes out, I think I changed its target, and we're going to start firing at the Tomb Scorpion. But for right now, my Black Ark Corsairs are actually kind of taking a beating from the Nehekar Warriors, which I was kind of surprised about, honestly. So, there's that. I respect the Nehekar Warriors a little bit more after this battle, because I thought the Black Ark Corsairs would just run them over, but not necessarily. But also at the same time, the Ushabti were there supporting them. So, you know, it's still half and half. Meanwhile, back here, we took out one of the Great Bows, and the Grand Hierophant Kotep is almost dead. He did put one of his Vortex spells on this Dark Rider, which is why they're sitting at half health. And now we're going to have to try and run away from the Skeletal Spearman. And you can see right here, we are fighting a buffed... What is this? Oh, that one. The buff spell from Grand Hierophant Kotep, who is not going to be long for this world. We're going to finish him off with Malekith over there. At this point, the Tomb Scorpion should be popping out of the forest. A little late to the party. But over here on the right flank, you can see that the Ushabti are doing pretty good against the Bleak Swords. But at the same time, they are getting killed by my Reaper Bolt Thrower. Or at least they were. I'm not entirely sure why the Reaper Bolt Thrower decided to move up. I did not tell them to. But sometimes ranged units just kind of lose track of their targets. And they feel like they need to move forward. And you can see that we have popped our Murderous Prowess. So that is going to assist us in finishing up the front line here, which we're doing pretty good, at least against the Ushabti, because our Cold Ones are up here and our Blackguards are up here. But the Nehekar Warriors have dealt a severe damage with their Ushabti allies against our Black Ark Corsairs. They're still holding. The morale is not the best, but they are still holding. And it's given us time to kill out the Great Bows back here. We have finished off the Grand Hierophant Kotep, and now we are getting our Dark Riders up here to try and rain death upon the remaining constructs here in the front line. Honestly, I thought the Blackguards here would do a little bit better, or I should say clean this up faster than they did. And the Cold One Knights also kind of died pretty quickly. I was expecting them to destroy the Ushabti pretty fast. But, you know, I've been out of the game a while, and this is, you know, one of my first matches against the Tomb Kings. Actually, I think this is my first match against the Tomb Kings as Dark Elf. So, you know, I'm learning the balancing here. Tomb Scorpion is now in the fight, but it is way late to the party. We got a Dragon Breath going off on the Spearmen and the Ushabti. They did manage to rout off my Bleak Swords, but they still got to deal with my Blackguards. They still got to deal with Malekith. My Reaper Bolt Thrower is over here, which the summoned Ushabti from the Tomb Kings is now on, trying to destroy. Putting my Cold One Riders there to do some damage, as I put Malekith over here to try and finish off these Ushabti. The reason why I withdrew from here is because we have Blackguards on the right flank, and I knew that the Blackguards could basically tank all of this. So I'm going to focus on the left flank and then just try and roll down and eventually meet up with the Blackguards with Malekith over here. Meanwhile, over here, our Dark Riders are trying to finish off the Chosen of the Gods. They're doing a lot of good damage, but we also got really hit hard from these Chosen of the Gods. They are a really good unit. Back here, my Reaper Bolt Thrower and my Cold Ones are going to lose to the Summon Ushabti, but that was okay because these are almost dead, and this one has already done what I needed it to do. You see we have wrapped up the left flank, we are clearing out the center, and then everything else is going to fall due to lack of leadership, including that Tomb Scorpion, which was sitting in that forest for a very long time. And that is going to be a victory for Malekith and his Dark Elves. Mainly because we got a nice ambush with the 3 Dark Riders, took out their leadership, and took out one of their Great Bows pretty early on. Now, taking Kotep on a Casket of Souls can be tempting because it's kind of cool that a Legendary Lord can mount on a artillery piece. That's neat. The problem is, especially with this setup, is that the main army is over here. Kotep is back here. And he's the one spellcaster that they have. He's very expensive because he took all the spells, but this is going to be out of range of Kotep's spells. If you want Kotep on a Casket of Souls, which I don't recommend you do because he becomes an easy target for any flying lord or any kind of mobile lord at all. He becomes such an easy target because he's now, I believe he's considered large, which a lot of the lords out there do bonus damage versus large, and it's just easier to hit him when he's on that thing. So I would be careful about bringing Kotep on a casket for 2 reasons. One, because you want to leave him back so that he is safe and just firing his artillery pieces, but that kind of negates him being able to support the front line unless the front line is run on top of him with his spells. And then the other reason, he is easily killed. Now, you can probably bring Kotep on a Casket of Souls, maybe against... I was going to say Skaven. But I don't know. It depends on how long he can last against summoned clan rats. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever bring him on the casket. It's tempting because it's unique that he can ride it, but I don't know. In terms of kills here, you can see the Bleak Swords actually did really well because they were fighting, for the most part, just these Skeletal Spearmen. The Blackguard held their own there in the kind of center right, dealing with the Ushapti and then the Tomb Scorpion there at the end. The Blackguard Corsairs still did outkill the Nehekara Warriors, except for the Kepri Guard, which are, again, they're actually pretty good. I still stand that the normal Nehekara Warriors, at best, are okay. I think they're okay. But the Blackguard Corsairs did okay as well. I thought they would do a little bit better than they did, but it's fine. They were fighting also Ushapti, which racked up a lot of kills against them, which is understandable because that's kind of what the Ushapti do. Malekith did really well. Our ambush force didn't get many kills, but they did a lot of damage to key units, and yeah, that's it. So a good game to Woody05. Hope you enjoyed, and let's watch a cinematic view, everybody. I just fall straight back. That's pretty funny. These things look so cool. These things are actually taller than I thought they were compared to this dragon. Or maybe the dragons are just smaller than I thought they were.
Hear my words.
No survivors. Kill them.
Attack. Attend me.
When they die, that's just so funny. They just keep whatever pose they were in and just slowly fall back.
Very well. Annihilate them.
Slash. Kill. On to slaughter.
Scorpion! Woo! That would hurt.
Kada! Annihilate them! No mercy! Crush them! Annihilate them! Death awaits! Setting forth!
Oh, you got him on the tail! What the? Whoa. Okay. Alright, hold on. Okay, so that animation, I never noticed the first part. He stabs a person on the tail and then just drags them underground. And when he comes back up, the person's gone. That's pretty cool. I should say it. When it grabs someone, it goes, wow, that's pretty cool. What happened to that person who went underground? We'll never know! Maybe they were transported to a magical world where they live forever. And maybe they are just now sitting in tons and tons of earth. What is happening?
No mercy!
Okay, also what we learned today is that when the animation starts, that would eventually lead someone underground, and the Tomb Scorpion dies after the start of the animation, the person who got caught in the animation does not stop and continues to fly around as if it is still on a Tomb Scorpion that is living and then dragged into the ground. Two things I have now learned about the Tomb Kings I did not know before recording the cinematic view here.
Destroy!
Carnage!
I love how they fall.
Going! We understand. Make them bleed.
And there we go, friends. There's the first multiplayer battle in a while. I will be bringing a lot more, because I'm kind of streaming this also, if you didn't know. Started streaming some Warhammer multiplayer battles on my Twitch channel. I try to announce that whenever I go live on YouTube and on Twitter. So if you want to watch more of those live, there will be more in the future. Until then, everybody, hope you have a great day. Take care.